Oh, I timed that so poorly. I had 30 whole seconds and I timed it just so
You're
poorly.
drinking during the broadcast?
I mean, we should probably drink more during our broadcast. I feel like that
Yeah.
is a thing that just would make everyone.
I'm drinking seltzer water. So
Well, I mean, as you do. As you do. Welcome, everybody. Episode 80. We got through another 10. We're on to the next. We're 20 to go
Man,
to
this is big
100.
time.
And then I don't know what happens. If they just pull the plug on us or whatever.
We'll get
What a
canceled at
death.
that point. We'll cancel.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Welcome in, everybody, to Prep Talk Live. I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. Joining me, as per usual, is the newly blazed, whatever, Tup, the Urban Prepper Tup. I mean, everyone has been concerned and wondering, so we'll just kick it off with your update, and then we'll go on to other things. How are you doing? What happened?
Yeah, I'm still alive. This isn't AI or any generated video. So, yeah, we had a heart ablation. Well, I mentioned last time how I've had some heart issues going on the past few weeks, and had a heart ablation on last Friday to fix. Um, I was having it's called a flutter is what it's called. So my heart was beating twice as fast as what it should, and it wasn't the amount of volume that the of blood that was getting pumped out wasn't enough. And so they went in. We did the heart ablation. They had to go in through my down my esophagus, so that's why my throat sounds so weird right now. To do a CAT scan to make sure I didn't have any blood clots, so no blood clots in the heart. So then they went along with the procedure. So they went up through my artery in my leg all the way up to my heart with the camera, found the spot that wasn't working correctly, and they cauterize it or they zap it or they something, and then they fix that. And so by doing that, it got my heart back to a normal beat. And I woke up in the hospital, and and it was back to normal. So now we just need to monitor it over the next few weeks to make sure that my ejection fraction comes back to normal pace. But I feel like I have more energy than I did the last 3 weeks for sure. So I think it's working. Working pretty good. Yeah,
that is fantastic. We were all kind of a bit surprised by all of the news that came out last week in last week's episode. If you missed last week's episode, go back and watch the replay.
You can't miss episodes. You never know when
surgeries
might happen.
Tup was dead for a while. There was a whole thing happening.
I died for a couple seconds, but again, us preppers are built different. So
we're prepared to be dead for a few seconds. It's fine. Yeah. It's okay. But yeah, so everyone, Daniel was,
to get his oil change.
Yeah, just an oil change. That's good. Pigs Fly is glad you're looking better. Chuck was concerned. He saw the pic you put on Instagram.
Yeah.
Which was great for those of us who were following along on Instagram. Sutton's Days said you look a lot more energetic. I mean, she is. The queen is here.
The queen is here. The pressure's on. So.
Exactly. The queen has arrived.
Is she hopping on, or what's going on? She's going to.
I don't know. Today was just kind of a day where I was like, I hope that Tup is alive and we just get on air. Like, let's just get that done. And that's where we got to.
Yeah, if Sutton wants to come, she should.
Yeah. What I need to do is just send the links out to everybody. Not everybody, but just
have cameo people just join.
Yeah, whoever can make it, and it'll just be more of like a roundtable sort of a thing.
Yeah, but I feel pretty good overall. I've been I was dieting beforehand. Before all the stuff went down, I was doing the carnivore diet, so I was killing animals left and right, and and so then I put it on pause. So I'm more of at a keto one, but lost a little bit of weight, which I usually build up all the weight in my neck, like I get like a hot dog. It looks like I have a pack of hot dogs on my neck, and that's why I know I've been eating too much bourbon, too much food. So
it's like a Saint Bernard with the little hot dog barrel, but it's made of bourbon and bacon. is
Yeah,
what's happening.
I haven't drank alcohol for since the end of November, and been laying off the carbs, and I have some vegetables like ones that are above ground vegetables. I'm eating some of those, but mainly doing animal based diet. So
Is there a difference between above the ground vegetables and in the ground vegetables?
yeah, cool. Because the ones that are in the ground, like potatoes and stuff, and carrots, they're starchy, and so they're
Oh, got it.
like lose weight and stuff. It's not as good as like let asparagus or broccoli or cauliflower or lettuce and stuff.
That makes sense. All
Yeah.
right. See,
So,
what we really need is that like the
oh,
more you know graphic that we could just put up sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah,
we should do
I
that.
think that's fantastic.
But yeah, I feel
Uh,
better. I feel like a little more energy. So
yeah, you look a little more lively in your safety cone.
oh, and I've cut out caffeinated, so I haven't had caffeine for a few months now too. So that's better.
Oh,
Because
very
I was on
interesting.
a bad pattern of, when when you're a prepper and when you do other stuff like drinking coffee all day and then
Uh
amped up
huh.
and then can't go to sleep, so drinking bourbon to go to bed, and then the cycle continues, and it's just not healthy. It's not sustainable during the apocalypse either. So
Just so much coffee until you switch it to bourbon to
yeah,
just pass out. That is
yeah. So
hilarious.
yeah. So you'll usually have a crash after a couple a day or two or three of no caffeine, but I'm off of that now. So I feel like I could control those things that I used to rely on, so which is good.
You crashed so hard they killed you.
Yeah. But
That's what
now
happened.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at my prepper pantry. I'm like, man, what the heck could I eat in here? That's like, I'm not going to break my diet because it's all like, uh, yeah, none of it works anymore.
That is one of the interesting things about the whole prepper pantry idea, and kind of I think where we are with like food and nutrition, because it seems like every 6 to 12 months there's like a big kind of shift in either new information about food we should be eating, or like I think as we get older and move through phases, it's like, oh well, now I'm going to be more keto, I'm going to be more this, oh we've got an allergy or something. And the trick is like with the prepper pantry, like we originally got like the emergency freeze dried stuff. Then we were like, okay, well, let's just get more of what we normally eat. So we'll get 12 months, 6 months worth of some of those things that we buy, noodles and pasta, all that sort of stuff. But then like you get to a point where someone's allergic to eggs all of a sudden, or gluten, or and then you're like, okay, well now half of our prepper pantry won't work for that family member, or won't work for us, or technically we could eat it but it won't make us feel good, and our bodies will be wrecked while we're in the middle of the apocalypse. And so it's kind of this interesting like balance of how do you stock a prepper pantry, also knowing that you're going to change your dietary needs on an ongoing basis.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you're on a keto diet or a carnivore, like you totally, it's a totally different philosophy. I think for the long term food storage, you're gonna have to go Sutton's Days route and buy chicken breasts by the ton or the 500 pounds of chicken breasts and can those, and then you're good on that. And uh, but like I have a lot of in our pantry, we have standard prepper stuff, beans and rice, and uh,
Hmm.
canned vegetables that include below ground ones, and then granola stuff, and we have the school lunch supplies and spaghetti and like all that stuff. I'm not eating right now, so it makes it a little trickier.
Yeah, it's almost like, do you have like a 3 month, or do you try to ratchet down or layer it so that there's certain things that you have that no matter what sort of a diet or nutrition plan you were on, like would always work, like canned
Yeah,
green beans, for example. Like I don't know anybody who can't eat canned green beans or something like that. So do you have like a year's worth of that, and then the things where you could go either way, like pasta, where it's, are you gluten free? Are you not? Are you whatever? Like, okay, maybe you have 3 months of the normal, and then, if you get a nutritional or a dietary thing, then we add more to that and say, okay, well, it's more likely that I'm going to be gluten. I can eat gluten free if I'm not eat gluten free, but I can't eat gluten if I am gluten free. So let me get a bunch more of gluten free, for example.
yeah. I think during if it was a real emergency situation, beggars can't be choosers. I'm gonna just eat whatever. So screw diet, trying to stick to a diet or something. I'm gonna switch back to beans and rice and go old school. So
Yeah, you just go with whatever works.
yeah,
Um,
but for like normal pantry stuff, I think I have to I have to tweak a few things. So
yeah. Speaking of planning and prepping and all these sorts of things,
yeah,
there are two things we were going to talk about. One is this death
prepping for the
midwife
end.
thing, which is yeah, it's a whole.
It's kind of a
You ever
doom and
have one
this
of
is kind of
the
the doom zoom now. It's the new doom zoom of
well,
2024.
yeah, yeah. No, it's a funny thing. Okay, we'll go into that, and then I'll tell you. I've got a surprise for you. I got a little surprise for you,
Okay.
and for everybody who's on the stream, but also for you specifically.
Oh, great.
Um, so I was going to lunch with some work friends who I had worked with over the years. They're starting a new agency or they're rebranding their agency. So they were coming down to meet with people in our area that they had worked with to kind of let us know what they were up to. And as we were at happy hour talking, they were also talking about their side hustles because everybody now has at least 2 or 3 side hustles. One of them is opening his own investment fund, which was very intriguing. And the other one has become a certified death midwife or death doula, but apparently doula maybe has some not great connotations anymore, so they call it midwife. And I was like, what is this? And she didn't understand. She didn't know what I had gone through over the last couple of months. So I was like, tell me what this is. And apparently she has this service, or she works with a couple people that have a service, and they will help a family as they are dealing with either going through the death process. So, for example, if someone has a terminal disease, they know they're going to die. Like, okay, how do we walk through that? How do we get everything set up? And then how do we, do the funeral and all the arrangements afterwards and all of that? Or, hey, something sudden happened and we're emotionally, so can you come in and help us with planning a funeral, with cleaning out the person's house, organizing, all of that sort of stuff. But it was interesting because as we were talking about it, there is some doom and gloom in there. For me, I think it would have been, it's one of those things I could see being really helpful for certain people, especially if it's a surprise or if it's, a family situation and you can't really manage the situation logistically and emotionally. I think it could be really helpful. But she was talking about helping people get all of their kind of, their docs in order beforehand. And that's a thing that we've talked about before of, making sure you have your wills and your trusts and your DNRs and your all of that. But then she was even talking about things like, how do you want to be interned? Like, do you want to be like buried? Do you want to be put into a tree? Do you want to be, there's all kinds of different ways now that people can, get rid of their, mortal, meat suits or whatever we're going to call it. So it was an interesting thing. And then she said, did you know that you're supposed to put your DNRs and all of that stuff in your freezer? And I was like, no, what is this? Apparently, and people tell me on chat, tell me if this is a thing. Apparently, first responders are trained in some way to know that you look in the freezer for those sorts of documents because the freezer is fire resistant as
Mhm.
well as everything. And so I had no idea.
Yeah,
So, prepper tip, put your DNRs in the freezer.
yeah, that's that's interesting. I haven't thought about that I did know that. I think I did a video on it. Where, like you could store money or any kind of important documents. It's good to store not just the freezer, but like your garage freezer is usually doesn't
Mm-hmm.
get as hot during the burning as like the inside of the house would. So if you have a garage freezer, for example, that's usually better than like your kitchen freezer. But I think I have some stuff in the freezer. I have one of those fireproof bags. I was testing those out. But yeah, I think that's yeah, yeah, I guess yeah, definitely a downer topic. I didn't die. We didn't have to with this topic.
Yeah,
We didn't.
you look. You didn't die. You didn't
Yeah,
die. I was like, when I said put this all together, I was like, I really hope people don't think that
yeah,
Tuck
they're gonna
died.
say, yeah.
Like,
What if I didn't make it?
he's
Then you're,
fine. He's fine. I have been talking for the last several episodes
yeah. We've been,
about
yeah.
that.
It's been kind of the topic.
Yes, and but I think it's not a downer in that it was like, oh, this awful thing happened. It was
Yeah,
more of there are interesting services out there for people to help you get through these awful moments because they will
yeah,
happen. And she was talking about the questions and the decisions that your loved ones will have to make afterwards that you don't even think about that they would have to. Like, what music did you want? Like, some
yeah,
people can actually plan for that and be like, here's the playlist that I want at my celebration of life or something. Like,
yeah,
if you don't tell them, then that's something that on that random Tuesday they have to come up with.
yeah. My mom did something the Neptune. She gave me a card. She said, if something happens to me, here's the card. I have it all taken care of
Mhm.
as far as all that kind of stuff and information. But yeah, I know a lot of actually elderly people that have already planned the funerals and the songs, and so we're going to one a month from now. She was about 90, and she recently passed away. But she has it all planned out. She has the songs, who's saying what, who's talking, like it's kind of stuff you never think about when you're younger, like you
Yeah,
and I are in our early 20s now. But
of course. Yeah.
uh, it's yeah, I think it's a good prep, probably one of the your final prep almost in a way. Um,
Yeah. Well,
it
I think
probably
for as much as
yeah,
we talk about preps for emergencies and earthquakes, it's fires, it's flood, like those could happen, but they might not happen. Like
yeah,
every single one of us guaranteed will
we're not making it.
at some point not be here. And so like that is a thing that we could 100% prep for because it will 100% happen. And I think
Yeah,
it's interesting that it is so emotional and so a lot of people don't plan for it. And I almost feel like people plan for natural disasters more than they do for the thing that actually
yeah. I
will
think there's like a
100% happen.
fantasy thing with the Mad Max thing that it's kind of glorified, and probably there's some views. Like I imagine if we make a that kind of video, it'd be the lowest viewed video of our careers, kind of like fitness is and health, like all the important
But
stuff are not
yeah,
popular.
that's why I think we do it on the live stream.
Yeah, we'll
We
do it on the live stream.
sandwich it between other things like poop jokes and t-shirt
Yeah,
designs and things like
we, we
that. And
we're we're
then
kind of we're a serious live stream. We talk about
yeah,
the tough questions.
yeah, it's like if you took an Oreo cookie, but then you like took the cookie off and made that the middle, and then put the cream on the outside,
The
like a
Oreos sound good. That's
reversal.
another
Reversal.
opportunity to break my diet.
Yeah, yeah,
I see. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat
yeah.
room too. I see ATF.
ATF is giving you a
ATF isn't
night.
going to troll me tonight. He's
Yeah,
and I yes, I am rooting for the 49ers. For yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we got to go. You got to stick with your division once it's said and done. But
Yeah.
I was rooting for Detroit though until until
See, and you have like a because you're in the Seattle area, like you have a team and a conference and everything else. In the Portland area, like we don't. So I always go for the story, and I am just a
yeah,
sucker for like I want to see the Travis and Taylor Super Bowl win thing. I am all in on that whole. I have been sucked into TikToks about it. I am just like that would be like just epic. I think. Uh,
okay,
Brock Purdy is wonderful. I love the Mr. Irrelevant to Super Bowl story. Like that's great. But the like a Taylor flying across the ocean to be at the Super Bowl, like the whole thing is just fantastic. I love it
yeah,
so much.
I'm anti Taylor Swift for
You're
this.
anti.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah, I'm
okay.
not. Yeah,
Swifties, he didn't mean that. It's a
I'm
different Taylor. It's Taylor Lautner. It's not Taylor Swift. It's.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
specifically rooting against the Chiefs because of Taylor
oh,
Swift.
oh
Not that
my
I have,
God.
yeah, and no
I've
offense to the
enjoyed our
Swifties.
podcast.
She's
We're
not a
gonna
football fan. She's yeah,
we're
she.
gonna get pulled off right now. We're getting
I,
we're getting canceled everywhere right now. That is happening.
it makes you. I don't know. I don't know. I feel the NFL probably wanted the whole time for a Taylor Swift Super Bowl uh,
Oh,
to help with ratings, get new fans into the thing. But Yeah, no, I hope they break up. I hope that
Oh
it
my
just goes
God.
poorly.
Oh,
I wish bad things. I don't. It feels so manufactured. And it feels so forced
here's
upon people. I do think it's funny though that she like the way that she gets into the game, she has to sneak in like through cargo crates and stuff. Like
yeah,
she's coming in with like the hot dog delivery and stuff in a box because like she doesn't want to get mobbed from the fans. So, but
ladies and gentlemen, for the
but I know
12
that
of you
yeah, I
that
know
watch
that
this in the replay, this is the Urban Prepper. You go to cancel his channel. Don't
yeah,
cancel.
yeah. I'm not yeah. It's not just a Taylor thing. I just don't like where I like
Hmm.
football, your pure football, and I just wanted to only be about football and not about who's dating who and who's the famous person that's there at that time. And oh, Bruno Mars is in the audience and he has a 49ers hat on. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What's like? I don't care. Like or Taylor's dating, so I don't care about that either. So
You know who I
successful
feel the
women
worst
scare
for?
people. I don't care that she's successful. I think it's pretty.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, the queen is coming for you now.
Yeah,
This
no,
is
it's I didn't
winter
say
is
like that.
coming, and her name is Sutton's Days.
She, she has nothing to do with football. So it's like I don't,
The
yeah,
person that I feel the
she's far
worst
more
for.
successful than us.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Usher,
Well, he's in the halftime, right? Is it?
and no one knows it.
Yeah.
the the Usher is going to be in the biggest sporting event thing of the year. Everybody
And it's
talks about it, whatever.
overshadowed. Yeah.
They announced it in the morning, and Taylor went to the game, and the NFL changed their bio and everything to be whatever the date was. Taylor was here the afternoon after they have announced their gigantic halftime. Like it wasn't even. It was one TikTok, and they had 5 of Taylor at the game. Like
Yeah.
that
It's
is just sad for Usher, who's going to come out and do this amazing spectacular, and no one is going to want to see him because they all wish that Taylor would come down and do the Eras tour in the middle of the Super
yeah.
Bowl. But that's not going to happen.
I know that she. Yeah. I know she puts on good shows and all that kind of stuff. But I kind of like the Bill Burr approach to football. Like I just want to watch football and not think about any famous people or stuff. I just want to think, oh, what play would be good here, or that's not first down. Like I don't want to think about Taylor Swift during a football game or
All
Usher.
right,
To be honest.
all right, Scooter Braun.
All right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're fine.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry. I don't like LeBron James either. The guy just say that so he's not the goat.
yeah. No, no. His fans will not cancel us.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift's fans will be at your house. It will
Yeah.
be a whole. Yeah. It would be bad. Yeah. Anyway.
So I don't want to. Yeah,
All right.
we're pushing it. We're
So
pushing it.
yeah,
The gloomy topic was already then going after Taylor is
and
just
then
that's the last
exactly.
straw.
Okay.
It's not it's
So you're
no
going for
longer
the 49ers,
going for
and
49ers.
and you hate women. That's good.
No,
Okay, we've established
I'm going
that.
for the 49ers, and
That's
I
mhm,
hope
yeah.
Travis and Taylor break up after the Super
You
Bowl.
hate love and women. That's
I
what
hate
we've
yeah, I hate it.
established, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. Oh.
Well,
So anyway,
we're
so here's my
okay.
surprise.
Let's just kind of we'll post in editing. We'll crop
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
out.
yeah. This isn't live. It's fine. So my surprise is like 4 or 5 months ago, we were having a stream, and you were like, "Gosh, if we were talking about planning apps and ways to plan for things and everything," and you were like, "If only there was a way that I could be reminded of when to do things," and I was like, "You mean like the calendar that I put together
Yeah,
that like nobody
and I
cared
know his
about?" Yeah,
face. Yeah, I
yeah,
know
yeah,
his face.
yeah. And to be fair, I did not update it
Thanks for
last year.
bringing up one of my poorer moments back up again.
No, no, you know what? You just said that you hated Taylor Swift. Nothing I can say could
That kind
compare.
of overshines. Yeah,
um, I've told people I would update it. Things got weird, so I have officially updated the Prep Alerts calendar now. So it is updated for 2024, and I updated it for 2025. So if anybody
wow,
is looking for a
2
way
years ahead.
to,
All right.
well, yeah,
Well,
it's
a year. Yeah,
generally the same things, and then we'll add. So I was thinking I may try and add things like if we're going to do the show or move it around, like I might try to use that as a way to let people know, hey, that we're going to be doing a show or not doing a show or something like that. But that is up now. You may have to, if you have already subscribed to it, you may have to unsubscribe and resubscribe in Google. The links are down below. You can find the links. I had it like it worked for one version of my computer and it didn't work for the other, and I had to unsubscribe and resubscribe, and then it worked fine. So it may be just perfect, or it may require you to go through that extra step. Either way, it's all updated. There are events for every week of the year with descriptions and links and all kinds of fun stuff. So we'll add more to it, but that's the that was the little surprise.
Time for the 2024 review.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so we'll kick it off, and we may incorporate that into streams of like what the weekly thing was or something.
Nice.
We'll come up with it. But anyway, for anybody who's looking for something like that, it is now up and updated.
You're already thinking 2025. Are we going to make it to 2025?
Here's what I did. I didn't want to forget last year. Yeah, and I had enough time to copy it twice and just upload it all at once. So it was more efficient to do that.
Yeah, because I still see the thumbnails. It's everything's over. So I don't know if this 2025 calendar is gonna.
Oh, you mean like from Canadian Prepper and like every day that World War III is. World War III has been coming from Canadian Prepper for at least a year and a half now.
Yeah, it's I know a lot of people are. A lot of people are interested in it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, holy cow.
Speaking of, sorry, I'm talking like old Al Pacino. That's it. Hopefully, it sounds okay. But do you use this? Sorry, I wasn't going to ridicule you, but then Casey. Okay, we're bringing back to Taylor Swift again. So I vote myself as a replacement. Yeah. Oh. He's not a fan of Taylor then either, but he's also a pure 49ers fan. So,
or he dislikes you enough, or he does like Taylor, and he thinks you should be replaced because, yeah exactly.
That's fair. I was gonna ask. Do you use the Citizen app?
So you recommended it to me.
Did I talk about that already? Okay.
Yeah, and I put it on my phone, and something's not working on it. I don't get like notifications or anything like that. Okay. So I don't know what to do with it yet.
It seems like it's like the preppers. If you want to be scared constantly on a day-to-day basis, you can put the Citizen app on your phone, and then like, oh my gosh, there's a gunfight like a block away, or there's this house is on fire, or there's like a naked guy with a machete going down like 3 blocks from here. It's crazy.
Look, you were on a lot of medication. You're on a lot of medication. Some people reported you. It's fine. We all understand.
Yeah. It's like if you're one of the more paranoid preppers, like get the Citizen apps, pay like for the extra little bonus, alerts and stuff, and man, you'll be fed with that scary stuff every single day. But I think it is kind of handy though too. I like knowing if there's something going down somewhere, and especially like I have little zones set up for like at the kids' school and at the home and at families' places. So I know like if something happened really close to one of those places that at least I'm aware of it. And it's pretty handy.
Yeah. Yeah, I get the next door ones a lot, and like the Ring
I had to stop those ones.
Will give me them. Yeah. The next door ones were always weird because it was like it never actually had really much to do with it. Was someone complaining about something random. Yeah, that had nothing to do with anything. Like there was an
audience to complain to, or it might be a lost dog, or hey, I'm looking for a new person to mow my lawn. Do you have any recommendations? Stuff like that.
Yeah. So also to be clear, Tup hates dogs. Everybody.
No, I've proven that I have a dog. I have dog preps for saving stray dogs.
Doesn't care
that's
if they're lost, if they're found. It just doesn't matter. But yeah, so I mean, those were not helpful. The Ring ones tend to be 50-50. Like half of them are like package thieves and lost animals.
Yep.
And then the other half will be like police activity in the area or something like that. Yep. But the Citizen one, I couldn't, and maybe I have to just spend more time with it. I couldn't get it to tell me anything that was going on around. And maybe it's just because, it's Portland and so nobody even cares anymore. They're just like, okay, something's going on. Yeah. It's all decriminalized. Good luck with all of us.
Like the Citizen app where Sutton's Days at is a lady steals truck with 600 pounds of
That's a
chicken thighs or something.
Did anyone see
Zero
that
point
lady
0.3,
with the chicken
zero
in the
point 0.3
truck?
miles away.
Yeah. Chicken tenders for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Anyway, I was just curious
fantastic.
about the update on that. Well, cool. I'm excited
Yeah.
to see the latest updates to the calendar, and we need to do a live review
Yes. Yes.
of these
Everyone feel free to go
cows.
check it out. Let me know if there's updates or changes or anything. And then I'm hoping at some point the next project is I put this planner together that's a bunch of different worksheets and stuff like that. And I had it tied to the calendar. And what I realized is I need to untie it from the calendar, let the
Hmm.
calendar be one thing, because I keep having to then redo it all because the calendar changes because it's been 2 years or 3 years and it always fits. So we're going to do the planner thing separate. So that is going to come. I just got to figure out how to actually like upload it somewhere and make it accessible. And then I'll have that too. So there'll be the prep alerts calendar and the planner calendar.
Cool. I'm going to be driving by your neck of the woods uh, in a couple weeks from now. So going down to Sun River, Oregon, just for a couple days.
Oh,
Uh,
very nice.
it should be fun. But I think it should be snowy over there. So yeah, I know we were just
Yeah.
talking on a couple streams ago about snow preps and winter preps. So I was having to I had to rewatch some of the stuff that we talked about, so make sure my car's ready to go for that trip.
Yeah. No,
But
it's
again, we're not driving through Portland. It's just too dangerous over with you and
exactly.
Bernie. You and Bernie
It's
have it held down in your regions, but
look, we can't make exceptions for people, even for you. If you wanted
yeah,
to come through, there's a whole process. It's a whole thing.
it's tough. It's
Yeah, we can't guarantee your safety. We barely guarantee our own.
we should meet and
So
do lunch. Yeah, that would be fun. Maybe like on the way back, I could hit you up and
yeah,
we could meet up for at a safe spot though. So
yeah. Well, of course, yeah, we can find something like and
yeah,
we'll find something that because I'm assuming, are you going by yourself or are you going with the kids?
going. My wife and I are going down there.
Oh, a little romantic
Yeah,
getaway,
it's
perhaps.
romantic. We're going there for
Oh,
Valentine's Day.
is Rip also coming?
Yeah, Rip, Rip's yeah, going to the train station. Yeah, man, that Rip is
Does
just.
Rip ski? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe he
know.
does. Yeah.
Rip's all girls seem to like Rip. Rip is the man. So,
Yeah. All right. Well then, yeah. If you guys are coming back through, then let us know, and we'll pick a
yeah,
spot
I'm
and
not
we'll
sure
meet
what
you.
time we're gonna drive, but I'll have my people contact your people, see if we can make it work out. And if not,
Exactly.
I'll do a drive by wave and
That's fine. We'll
yeah,
use the road flares that
yeah,
we
I'll do the
do
players.
to signal everyone safe and all of that. And yeah, no, totally. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
Pig Sly says he's totally packing the. Yeah, we all remember the stream. We all remember the special
yeah.
place in Mrs. Top's heart
I still
that
get a
Rip
lot of
has.
mileage off of that Rip outfit. So like there's a Rip photo in our bedroom. Like it's not a photo of like of me. It's the real Rip. Like it's
It's
a
like a poster that's scotch taped to the ceiling,
no,
and
it's framed and
just
everything.
hope that the scotch tape gets loose and falls in the middle of the night or something.
Yeah, it's a
It's like those
framed photo
posters
like
when you were in high school.
on her nightstand. So it's like uh, I don't know, but
Wow. Are you sure you're going to Sun River and maybe not like a therapy session?
yeah.
Like, is
No, no, we're
there
not doing that. Oh,
is
Zay's leaving.
something?
She said she had enough. It was ever
Oh,
since the
all right.
Taylor Swift kind of commentary, it went downhill. So we lost
Yeah,
her.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. That's fair. Queen, we bid you adieu. Have a lovely evening, Your Majesty, Your Highness. Um, let's see. Okay.
Fuck.
Pony Girl.
Pony.
Pony Girl wins. Pony
I'll
Girl
be
wins the evening. That's for sure. ATF had some real good shots in here.
yeah.
Pony Girl, made it happen. So that's fantastic. Excellent. Well played, Pony Girl.
Yeah,
Well
well
played.
played. Well played.
All right. Well, I think we've been going for about a half an hour or so. I know you have stuff to do.
Well,
I have
yeah,
dinner.
Miss Urban Prepper hasn't texted,
Oh,
but
this is one of those
dinner's
times
always
where
dinner's always important though for sure. And I
we
gotta
hop in the thing, and he's like, "Hey, I'm not sure how long I can go. I think I'm gonna get the text. It's gonna be okay. We'll go. So then I try to find a nice little thing, and then he's like, "Oh no, I'll stay. Why
Well,
are
I
you
know I
being
just said a
so stiff?"
warning. I said I could stay
Oh,
as long as I don't get like the mama's piss text. But we made
uh
it to
huh. Oh, sure.
100 messages in the restream chat, so that's good.
Did we? I don't even
We
know.
just did.
Where do you even see that? I don't even see that.
It's like there's
But
I see
that's
all these messages coming up, and it says we've received 100 messages today with restream chat.
oh, that's very cool. I didn't know that that was a thing.
Now that Sutton is gone, let's talk about the bad side of canning. Yeah,
Oh my, Daniel. Look,
now we're
Sutton's
going
days
dark
is gonna
again.
be.
We're going dark.
She's putting a hit list together, and it's gonna be Tup and Daniel. It's like holy, like we've seen her in chat. I do not want to do anything to upset her.
No,
I am like, yeah, that's not a no,
if she was here
no,
in
no.
this one, she would have pivoted our conversation
Oh,
ages ago
100%.
because we just talked. So
She is a way better moderator
she's a good one. Yeah.
than we are. That is
And I'm
hundred
glad that
percent.
Chuck and Pigs Fly and Pony Girl they have we're entertainment for the chat room for them too. So I think we got that back
Yeah,
going.
yeah, exactly. And Pony Girl gave us a thumbs up.
Good.
Oh, make sure that you give a thumbs up before we leave. That's what I thought she was giving us a thumbs up, like, hey, we did a good job. Thanks for the thing. But she was marketing for us. So I
Yeah.
appreciate
Good
that.
marketing. Yeah.
Pony Girl, you're fantastic. Chuck did his thumbs up. That was excellent. If she
She sent you some canned chicken, but yeah, it's gonna, the bottom of the can's gonna have a photo of Taylor on it. As,
well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Gotcha. Uh,
gotcha.
oh my
No, no,
goodness.
I hope that this doesn't appear on TikTok where it's only the spliced things of negative Taylor Swift things because then the cancel mob's gonna
Look,
come
I
for
don't
me.
I don't want to get us canceled. I mean, those are clickbait clips waiting to happen, and I don't know that I could post them because
Yeah,
I
the
want to have an
Swifties are
account
mean. They're
still.
like when you stack rank like apocalypse things, zombies are way up there, and like
Hmm.
marauders and stuff, but the
Yeah.
Swifties are right up there for like angry Swifties. Like that's you don't want to see them in the apocalypse. That'll be. I'm not prepared for that.
No, no. Although, like, okay, so this just came to me. So
Yep.
So one of the stories in this whole lore is that Travis Kelsey made a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it and gave it to Taylor Swift. Um, I am curious if you could use bracelets or jewelry of some sort to have like information. Like, is that a thing that like you could have for like kids, we talk about like kid preps and things like, okay, instead of writing it on their hand, you have like a bracelet that you can put
Yeah.
on their arm with their phone number or name or information or something, kind of like a medical alert bracelet. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess is what it
We
is,
did
but
that for when I had the baby Bob. That my kids aren't babies anymore, but we had
mhm.
I think it was a medical bracelet, but it had some other information in there as well. And then I think they also make them where it's like a thumb USB thumb drive type thing where you can
Mhm.
have a lot of stuff there too. But
Yeah.
yeah, I know the Swifties like at the stadiums they have like they get colored like a LED kind of bands where they're all like in unison and they could change the colors of the audience based off of the band. So I'd imagine like in the apocalypse or World War III, like the Swifties would come
Mhm.
at you with certain colors and it'd be a coordinated colored attack using the stadium band
Oh yeah.
technology.
No, that
Kind of
was
like
one of the coolest things of the concert was that they gave out the bracelets because the Swifties have their regular friendship bracelets. Like those are separate from the light up bracelets. The light up bracelets are the ones you get when you actually attend the show, and they give them to you. What is cool about them is they're patterned and designed, but they don't know when they hand you the bracelet where you're sitting. So there's
mm,
something in the stadium
that could
in the
detect.
way that the signal is going that it's detecting like what section to be at, because normally like when you go to a stadium and they're like holding up cards for like a football game for the same message, like it's all pre-planned based on where people are sitting, so you know that this card is going to be in this spot. But the light up bracelets that they give you, they just have boxes of the bracelets and they just hand them to everyone as they go in, and then it's making like snakes that are running through the entire stadium, and you're like,
I wonder if
there's
it's
no way they can.
like if they could talk to each other through Bluetooth or something, and it's like kind of a mesh network or something.
Yeah, it's got to be something of some sort of a directed signal or beam or something like that. Um, yeah, but it was an interesting. So I think like there could be something interesting there, but I feel like the
Yeah,
Swifties are more going to come with the beads and just
they're gonna come
drop
in.
elbows of beads on you.
Yeah, like that
Yeah.
could happen. My niece is a Swiftie, and she wouldn't think highly of some of the conversation, some of the dark places we went in this conversation.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, but that's okay. I mean,
Tell
she.
Sutton that Taylor Swift hates canned foods,
Wow, wow.
and we're going.
Oh, oh my goodness.
We're
Yeah, this is just
starting some stuff.
this. No, to be clear, I started nothing.
Yeah,
You
I
at the Urban Pepper did that. Leave your comments below at the Urban Pepper of
yeah.
how you feel about his hatred for dogs, women, and canning. That there you go. Just let us know
I
how you
don't,
feel.
I don't listen. I don't think I can name one Taylor Swift song to be honest. But I just don't like the football integration. Just to because I just I like pure football, like
That's fine.
pure prepping, pure football.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
You're a purist. That's fair. But I get that.
I mean, yeah, pure. But I have heard that she does hate canned food. So that's just that was
Yeah.
trending on Twitter not too long ago.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That is 100% probably true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That is.
it's probably right.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
highly doubt that Taylor Swift eats canned foods.
I don't. I don't know. I think probably not, but also like she's kind of homey and like down to earth and normal, so it's possible that she might. I don't know.
I don't know.
I would like to be friends with Taylor Swift, so I would know the answer to that question. But sadly, I will. There is no opportunity for our paths to cross. So
I
you
think
know.
there's still a
Oh,
chance. I think there's still a chance. She
yeah.
may be a subscriber and actually listen to us. So we don't know.
Exactly. We'll pull a Travis. Look, you lit up the screen. You come to our podcast and see how we light up our podcast. That's how we'll do that. It'll be different
Yeah.
than the stadium thing. It'll be much smaller scale.
Did you see that one sketch where Taylor's it was with Jimmy Fallon or no, not what's his face? I forget all the names. Might have been Jimmy Fallon. Or she had the eye surgery and he got like footage from
Oh
her
yeah.
where she was eating the banana or something.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yes.
funny.
Yes. Yes. Because her mom took it, and then her mom gave the footage to
Yeah,
Jimmy
that's
Fallon and didn't tell her.
hilarious. So we do
Yeah.
know that she likes like fresh produce. We just don't know about canned food at this point.
Well, and she feels emotion for the produce because when she was under anesthesia, she was
Yeah.
sad that she'd broken the banana
And
and
she
that
broke one of the banana stems.
it had
But
lost its
if
head.
she broke
It
the
was unfortunate.
seal of like canned chicken, we don't know if she would even care. We don't know that yet.
Yeah.
Tell something that Casey hates that canned foods and Taylor Swift last. Oh wow,
Daniel's just trying to start things tonight.
this
That's
is
just
Daniel. This we gotta.
yeah. Daniel's
You're up here right now. We need you down here. We need you down here.
um yeah, Pony Girl, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I guess I didn't
Um,
realize that how big of a Taylor Swift. I thought your kids were big Taylor Swift fan, but this is a whole family thing. It's a
Here's the deal. I have enjoyed her music. My kids really enjoy her music.
yeah,
I also find a lot of interest in the business decisions that she's made from a marketing and business perspective. Like, I think that some of those are really, really interesting. I think that some of the marketing that she does as a marketing person and the social media stuff that she does, like, I think that's really interesting. I think the fact that there hasn't really been some awful scandal that has come out about her is really interesting. And I think like the whole narrative and the fact that her life imitates her song, like leads into her songs that then lead into other, like the whole thing is just very, it's like the MCU. It's like the Marvel
there's a
Cinematic
lot of
Universe,
admiration. There's some admiration about
but
all across the
there's
board. Yeah,
yeah. I'm like the fact that like she did the documentary. So she did this tour. She did a documentary. She took it to the studios and she said, "Hey, I'd like you to produce this." And all of the studios said no. And so she, instead of just not doing it, went to a movie theater chain in AMC and said, hey, if I bring this to you, will you just put it out there for me? And now all of these other superstars are doing the exact same thing and cutting the studio production piece out and being like, we don't need you anymore. We can just go directly to theater. So Beyonce now is doing it. And there are others, Jonas Brothers are doing it. So like now they're all kind of following her lead. It's just a really interesting, it's an interesting phenomenon to watch of the number of disruptions that she has created in business and marketing and finance and all these other things.
I want to know
So,
if it's 4th and 3 within the 50-yard line, is she going to go for it? Or is she going to go do the punt? Like what? That's the kind of stuff I care about.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I guess it would depend on who has the ball.
Yeah.
You know,
The biggest scandal is dropping soon when she says she hates the canned foods, and then Daniel's just bringing it. Tup, did you see the
Daniel
light?
is just
Did you see the light when you died for a few seconds? No, I saw darkness. I saw it stuff fading. So no light though.
Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's maybe we need to do some. Oh look here, see, this is a great thing too. Tup can do the self-published movie thing too.
Oh.
So
I need to do more research on the Swifty business.
I don't know if you know this, Caitlin, but you can watch The Urban Prepper on Prime Video.
That's true. I haven't checked it for a little bit.
Yeah, so you self-published.
It's probably going to be this stream will be there, and it's going to be
exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you know what it'll be? It'll be suggested. So when people are trying to get like the Eras tour and they're gonna watch the movie, then the suggested video will be this one. And people will be like, "But why?" And then they will thumbs down us into the ground. That's what will happen. Yeah, good times.
All press is good press for us.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody.
Well, all right. Mom has to be pissed by now, right?
I don't know if Mom's pissed, but you're doing keto and everything else. I'm doing try to eat like a regular person calorie wise, but also I'm switching from coffee to matcha, which is not going great. It's kind of making me a little nauseous a lot. And so I'm trying to figure out is it the matcha thing? Is it the timing? I don't know, because I've heard matcha is better for you than coffee. So I'm really wanting to do that. But I've noticed that during the day, I'm not I have my moments where I just don't feel great. So I'm going to go try to go eat something and see if that makes me feel a little bit better. Yeah, you go eat some meat or something. Go kick a dog,
some animal, and
yeah, and we'll regroup. We'll regroup next week. Thanks everybody for joining us. Caitlin says, do I put honey in it? I don't, but you're the fourth person who said that. And I don't know, it seems like honey may be an answer in this whole thing, that honey and matcha are supposed to go together, and I am just not including the honey piece. And maybe that's my thing. I'll have to try and do that. So I'll do that.
I'll check in next week. Report back.
Yeah. Matcha and prepping and Taylor Swift on Prep Talk Live. Yeah, exactly. We'll see you all later.
All right.
And Tup's hatred of canned food. That's what we're talking about.
And put your important documents in the freezer there.
Yes, put them in the freezer. If you learned nothing from this, how much Tup hates Taylor Swift, his dislike for women, his dislike for canned foods, he kicks dogs.
You're going to get anything.
Make sure you put your documents in the freezer. Oh my goodness, that's going to make a fantastic TikTok. All right, everybody, we'll see you later. Bye.